Hey everyone, this podcast is part of Story Mode, the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. You can support us and gain access to other great exclusive podcasts at patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.
My word. Hi, everybody.
My stars and garters. Hello, everyone.
My name is David Bell.
My name is Tom Ryman.
And we just watched Enola Holmes
Enola Holmes.
by Netflix. Netflix's...
Written and directed by Netflix.
A week ago, I awoke to find that my mother was missing, and she did not return.
I'm presently on the way to collect my brothers, Mycroft and Sherlock. Yes, Sherlock Holmes.
The famous detective, my genius brother, he will have all the answers.
Enola. Where's your hat and your gloves?
Well, I have a hat, just makes my head itch. And I have no gloves.
My God.
Oh, yeah. This came out this weekend?
I think it actually came out Wednesday.
No shit.
Yeah, so
Has anything else come out this weekend?
I think there were a few things, but nothing that is immediately exploding into my mind. I know Antebellum came out, but I think that was last weekend.
Yeah, I need to watch that. I haven't heard anything good about it. But...
No, it's not getting great reviews. On this movie, on the other hand, was getting good reviews. So I was like, well, let's watch it.
I had my sights set on it. Mm-hmm. I had been thinking about this movie. What did you think about Enola Holmes?
I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a sweet, fun little mystery for kids.
It's for teens.
For teens,
you know?
For teens. Yeah, a man's skull is cracked open, and we're definitely going to talk about that.
Yes, that was. It was surprising.
It was abrupt on the level of Will Smith having a conversation with his younger self in Gemini Man, saying, "Don't go down that road. Don't be like me," and then immediately shooting Clive Owen in the face with a shotgun.
Yes. It was, yes. It's one of those moments where you go,
right.
Oh my God, is he okay?
Yeah,
is that actor okay? It feels like an accident on set
right,
that
it feels like an
kept in the
accident
movie.
on set.
Yeah.
It's like this uplifting moment where she sees her mom telling her to get up and not fight, and you're not alone, Enola, and then she leg trips this guy and his skull busts open.
And he dies.
Yeah.
Guys, spoilers. Enola Holmes kills a man in this
she does,
movie.
yeah.
And that's when I was like, oh, right. Fuck yeah. Because this is, again, it does feel for kids. It's for I think, teenage girls.
Teenagers, yeah.
They really wanted me to fuck that teenage boy, I felt like.
Yeah,
check out this eye candy.
Yeah, she really glows him up. And that proves to be her undoing, because he shows up in the movie with big poofy hair and he looks like an idiot. And then she's like, no, I need to give you a haircut so you're undercover. And then she fucking gives him Robert Pattinson's haircut.
Right. She turns him into, a superstar.
Yeah.
And so, watching it, there were a few parts watching it where I'm like, man, I'm glad I didn't have to see this in theaters. I'm glad I didn't have to be the mid-30s dude alone seeing
dude
this.
watching Enola Holmes.
Yeah, I felt weird watching it alone as it was in my house, but I was also delighted by the movie.
Yeah.
It's I guess for people who don't know, it's based off a
series of books.
I assume a book series. Yeah, mm-hmm. It's not canon. It's about Sherlock Holmes, and Mycroft Holmes has a sister, and she also becomes a detective. And this is her origin story, where her mom, Helena Bonham Carter, teaches her to be awesome, and then fucks off.
And then abruptly abandons her to go bomb Parliament.
Yes.
And the movie never talks about that.
That's my only criticism of this movie. Is they really yada yada over her mom is a terrorist.
Yeah, her mom was going to bomb Parliament.
For a good reason, mind you.
Sure.
For women's rights to vote.
Right.
But it's weird. Sherlock Holmes, I don't know if they ever addressed that issue in the books, but both the Sherlock TV show and the really old TV show have episodes about women performing terrorism to vote. So I assume that's got to be in the books too.
Probably.
And they handle it to varying degrees. It's hard to make them the bad people
No, but it's also
but
hard.
they're also trying to mass murder people.
Right. It's hard to be like too completely swept up in like thinking her mom is a good person when she straight up abandons her to go kill a bunch of people.
Yes, and they never resolve it. That's okay. I guess we should talk about that. Yeah, because the inciting incident is that her mom disappears and leaves ciphers and little clues, kind of not telling her like you have to find me, but telling her like go live your life.
Essentially, yeah.
Which you could just leave a note. It's weird because it like creates this like treasure hunt mystery aspect. Like, oh, she has to solve the riddles to find out where her mom is. But her mom doesn't want to be found. Her mom's just off to go bomb people.
Yeah.
And then they sort of get sidetracked. She gets sidetracked by a boy.
Yep.
And then
Lord Tewksbury.
Yeah, great name.
We never learn his first name.
Nah. Why do we need to?
That's true.
Again, he's eye candy.
It just stuck out to me. I was like, do we know what his first name is?
No, they just stuck a little Bieber in there. Yeah. And they're like, here, give this little Bieber kid something for the ladies. But yeah, it and so like that becomes a whole thing. She has to solve a mystery, and she doesn't. She uses a little deduction, but it's not. It doesn't need to be Sherlock Holmes. And she goes on an adventure, and it's a lot of fun. And then she kills a man.
She kills a man. Yeah.
Yeah, she kills a man.
In her defense, this man was trying to kill her, and
he 100% has it coming.
And little Lord Tewksbury. Yeah, it's just shocking when it happens.
It's a harsh reality moment that we would joke about happening in a movie, actually happening.
Right, because it's happening. What happens is she's been knocked to the floor, and she's in a daze, and it's Bern Gorman from the Pacific Rim movies.
Yeah, just looking like a bad guy. Bowler hat. He looks like fucking Jude Law in Road to Perdition.
Right, he straight up looks like a guy who gets paid to murder children.
Yes.
He is straight up strangling Lord Tewksbury to death, little Lord Fauntleroy.
Yeah.
And she has this like vision of her mom being like, get up, Enola, you're not alone, and all this other stuff, and this triumphant music's playing, and she whips out this corkscrew leg sweep that we've seen her try to do 2 or 3 times before in the movie, and she keeps fucking it up. Like they
set it up.
Yeah, they set it up. So it's like, oh, she's finally perfecting the move she got. It's like triumphant slow motion with this swelling music, and then abrupt cut to this man's skull smashing on a statue.
Yeah. Like a real sickening crack.
Yes.
And then he says something, and I was like, oh, okay, they weren't gonna actually kill him, and then he dies.
No, there's no way. Oh my God. No way you're living through the injury he sustained.
Right. I just figured they weren't. Some producer was like, nah, he can't die.
Yeah.
And then nope.
No, he fucking dies.
It's harsh reality in a movie that's otherwise kind of fanciful. Like they have her like talk. She talks to the camera. She talks to the camera
all the time. Yeah.
It's very happy-go-lucky. It's not like dumb kids movie jokes, but it's playful. The whole thing's playful.
It's playful. Yeah, it's a very fun.
It's clearly
movie.
for like preteens.
It's just like it's kind of like a family movie more so. It's like because it's not like you pointed out, the jokes in it aren't like dumb kid jokes or what people think dumb kid jokes have to be.
No, there's not like a talking animal or something.
Nobody farts.
Nobody farts. Yeah.
It's not that kind of movie.
But it's not a movie where you expect to see Enola Holmes crack a man's skull open and watch him slowly die.
Well, he dies pretty quickly, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, he dies slower than I thought because he gets a word
and then she rolls him. Like, she does not react to his death at all.
No, she feels nothing.
She rolls him over and is screaming at his rapidly fading face. Who hired you? And he says, it's like, who are you working for? And he says, for England, and then he dies.
Yeah, and then he dies. Yeah, she's ice cold. She never thinks about it again.
Nope.
She sleeps soundly, knowing that she's killed a man. I mean, this is the time where she
probably sleeps more soundly.
Yeah, you're right.
I know now that if anybody fucks with me, I can kill them.
Yeah, I'm sure she's seen a few dead bodies in her.
Oh, hell yeah, yeah. Just like on the streets
this was a rough
London.
Age, yeah. Yeah, that's a hell of a thing, though. But I guess what I was getting at is that they begin it's kind of the same with the weird kick she uses to kill the man. They set that up only about halfway through the movie.
Yes.
They don't make it like a thing. And like, this is one of those, it's movies tend to, when there's an arc, they tend to set it up early. And so what's interesting about this movie, I thought, is that they set up her mother, and then they halfway through, or more like a quarter way through, they give her this other plot, and then that becomes the main plot, and sort of like setting up that kung fu move, or like that it doesn't really like. It doesn't start at the beginning. It's weird.
Yeah.
And then the whole arc goes her killing this man, uncovering this plot, and then her mom just shows back up at the end, like, hey.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that's weird. I thought you were going to have to solve the mystery of your mom. The movie sets it up like there's a mystery around your mom, and everybody's like, we got to find mom. And then they just kind of get sidetracked, and then she just shows up like, sup.
Yep. And then it's clearly going to disappear again. Like, she's like, if you ever need me, you can put another cipher into the newspaper. So I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, what is she up to? What is Helena Bonham Carter doing?
Yeah, you madman. Like, what?
Yeah.
In case I need to be in the wind in case I need to bomb anything.
Right, the moral of it, because it starts with her saying, my name backwards is alone. Mm-hmm. And like this kind of sadness of like, I guess I'm supposed to be alone. And at the end, it's like, I'm supposed to be independent. Mm-hmm. We're all independent, and like she's 16. I mean, she could use some parrots, but it's fine.
Well, I mean,
she's a Holmes. She's part of the.
Yeah, she's part of.
I get it.
Yeah, and she becomes Sherlock's ward at the end of it.
Yeah, I don't want her to have parents. I want her to be a scrappy young orphan getting into adventures. You know.
Yeah,
that's what I want for her. And yeah, she's Sherlock's ward, but she's still like. She's also like her mother. She's like a weird fugitive.
Yeah. She does commit a few crimes in the movie.
A bit, yeah.
She steals that dumb automobile, like that stupid early automobile.
Yeah, she commits car theft
that asshole rich people drove around in the 1880s.
Yeah. Was that Harry Potter's aunt?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, you need a stuck-up evil like British lady. You know who to call.
Yeah. So that's another part that baffled me, but I guess it was necessary to give the plot some stakes and stuff, is that her mother abandons her to like teach her how to be independent, but she abandons her knowing that she will then become Mycroft's ward, and Mycroft is an asshole.
Right, her mother really just seems
to a preparatory school for women.
It really seems like her mother was just selfish.
Yeah, 100%. It's like one of those. It's a theme in a lot of these young adult book series where it's like the parent disappears and it's like they disappear because, oh, I had to protect you and I have to go do something very important, but I still care about you and I'm like looking out for you from afar or something like that. Like it's kind of supposed to be one of those deals, but she just straight up bails on her kids so she can go murder people.
And again, doesn't really leave much of a note.
No,
behind.
Doesn't leave any indication, and she just leaves a bunch of money that
she could have left instructions to Mycroft.
Yes,
she could have said, "I don't want this. I want like keep her in the house. Do this."
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
Because they're going to look for her either way.
Yes.
It's not like not leaving a note was going to hurt her chances.
Right. I think like your world famous detective son and your precocious daughter are probably going to come looking for you.
Yeah. It's very weird. Like if she had faked her death or something.
Right.
That would actually make sense.
That would have made more sense.
It would make her more of a piece of shit, but like
yeah.
Because she doesn't want to be found.
No.
She's off doing terrorist stuff.
She's off doing terrorist shit.
Yeah. Which, yeah, pretty fucking wild. It's a weird-ass movie. I mean, again, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. It's just there's a couple of logic gaps in it that are very funny when you start thinking about them.
Yes, it's not a perfect movie.
No, but I mean, it's totally fine. It's like, it's a breezy, fun adventure kids movie. She's like solving mysteries and shit.
Yeah, it's what I suspect a movie like Dolittle was trying to be.
I don't know what Dolittle was trying to be.
Well, until like this could have easily been Dolittle, I feel like. If too many like cooks got in the kitchen,
mm-hmm.
you know, like if they started fucking around with it, made it more for kids or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think this is what Dolittle thought it was going to be at one point, and then it all fell apart. Which is just
that movie's a hot mess.
Yeah, this is like, it reminds me of that era of like, you know, that James Franco Sam Raimi Wizard of Oz, but it's less, or the Alice in Wonderland. Like I think it's that level of adult to kid. Like it's maturity level. It's that.
Yeah, I
but
think
it's not. It doesn't make me want to set myself on fire.
Right. It's not.
Unlike
it's not
those movies.
Yeah, it's not as condescending as those movies seem to be.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of what we mean. I think I'm speaking for you, Dave.
Sure.
When we say dumb kids jokes, like there's this. Like in Doolittle, like there's this impulse that like if the movie is meant to appeal to children, you have to have really, really stupid, obvious jokes.
Right.
And that's not the case. Like,
this doesn't even have like jokes. It's more like romantic comedy jokes where it's like everybody's quirky.
I mean, there's funny stuff, and there's a couple
funny stuff.
There's a couple of edit-based jokes too, which were fun.
That's true.
But yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think this movie. I think Doolittle thought it was being this movie.
It wasn't.
It sure wasn't. I think this movie benefited from Millie Bobby Brown is also the producer.
Yeah, I saw that. She's also killing it.
Yeah, she's great.
You know who she reminded me of in it?
Who's that?
Helena Bonham Carter.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
She felt like she was doing, or they were doing each other. Where like I was like, damn, you guys really feel like your mother and daughter in your personalities. And so, like, yeah, she was killing it. They were both really good. I would say, of course, Superman.
Henry Cavill's great, yeah.
Is great, but he doesn't have much to do.
He's not in it that much, yeah.
And that's sort of the point.
Exactly, yeah. They couldn't have Sherlock come in and save the day for her because that would sort of undermine the point of the story. Like, she has to be the one that solves the mystery and saves the day.
I actually, and I know this would piss people off, I would have liked Sherlock to be more of a villain. Because they put it all on Mycroft.
They put it all on Mycroft, who is sort of an asshole for no reason.
They also make him the dumber one, which isn't true.
Yeah, I mean it's a very different interpretation from the Conan Doyle stories, where Mycroft is smarter than Sherlock, but he's just lazy and doesn't give a shit.
I think they could have said more. I guess maybe they said plenty, but I think if Sherlock was a little more of an asshole, they could have done the thing where it's that trope of the jerk genius guy that we see all the time, who tends to be the main character. And this is sort of about like, no, fuck that guy. That's why I would have liked Sherlock to be a little more of a villain.
There's a little bit of that, like in the conversation he has with that lady in the tea shop.
Yes, there is stuff like he picks up a book on feminism and he's like, ugh, feminism.
he's doing it as like a negotiation tactic. Because she's like a jujitsu teacher and she's one of Helena Bonham Carter's revolutionary friends.
When they're in the mom's room, he picks up a feminism book.
Oh, I thought Mycroft did that.
No, I could have sworn that was Sherlock.
Oh,
he was just like, feminism. Because that's what that's what it would be.
I feel like that was Mycroft. Because that's
maybe it
that's
was. I'll have to rewatch it.
That's his stance in the movie. Like he doesn't think the upcoming vote is good. Like he doesn't think uneducated people should be able to vote, and he thinks women should be. Their women's purpose is to get married into a good family and protect the family name and shit.
I just think they could have both been pricks, even if it's not like exactly to. I mean, nothing. This isn't an exact adaptation.
No, it's its own thing.
Yeah. So I think that would have been an interesting take.
I like that they still they keep a little bit of that with Sherlock, and they still make him like really emotionally awkward. Like he doesn't quite know how to be there for Enola.
Right. They're egos and shit like that. Like when they first meet her, they walk right by her because they don't recognize her. Yeah. They haven't seen her in years because they haven't paid any attention to her.
Yeah.
And she's thought about them, like she's idolized them.
She saved all of Sherlock's newspaper clippings and stuff.
Right.
There's a lot of abandonment in this movie.
Oh yeah. Well, it's the Holmes family. They're all fucked up.
Yeah,
so,
they're
like,
all
I get
maniacs.
Yeah. It's like that's what I think is interesting about this premise, which is that it's a family of egos and people who have established reputations, and someone who's like forgotten about.
Yeah. In
this family. And so that's a really cool dynamic and an idea, and I almost wish they'd done more with it. They still did plenty.
It's there.
But
it's definitely
I guess what I had hoped for this movie is that it would be it'd be The Fugitive, but Tommy Lee Jones is Sherlock Holmes. And so it's her just trying to get away from Sherlock Holmes.
That would have been fun.
And trying to find her mom. Yeah.
That would have been fun. I like the story that we have.
Oh, I did too. Yeah.
But yeah, that would have been a fun one.
Yeah. Just Henry Cavill chasing her.
Yep.
She goes to a dam, has to jump off of it.
Jump off, yeah.
Yeah. Great. She goes to confront a man.
Mm-hmm. Dyes her hair. Dyes her hair black and starts ranting about Provasic.
Yeah.
You switched the samples, didn't you?
See, that's the Sherlock Holmes.
Did you kill Lentz too?
See, yeah, that would have been fun.
Yeah.
Or in Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She goes to Jane Lynch for help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Julianne Moore notices
her in a hospital.
Just let Millie Bobby Brown in The Fugitive.
Just put Millie Bobby Brown in The Fugitive, yeah.
Playing the same role as a 50-year-old doctor.
A 50-year-old male doctor in 1993.
Yeah. Yes, it's important that, yeah. Make it happen, Hollywood. Let's do it for no reason.
Yeah. I mean, for the best reason.
For the best reason, yeah.
The most incredible reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So they were trying. I am confused about what the bad guy was doing.
Oh, it's easy.
I basically bet it is. The old lady wanted to stop women voting, so she killed her son and his son, and
was trying to kill the grandson. Yeah, because they were going to vote. It wasn't specifically for women. It was for commoners, like opening up the vote for not just wealthy, educated landowners.
Right.
And she wanted to protect, preserve the old. The movie is very relevant to what's happening right now.
She was very clearly the villain only because she was the only other character.
Well, and what I mean? It became clear once we learned that this fucking Burn Gorman is trying to kill little Lord Fauntleroy. And then she goes to the Fauntleroy estate and sees the tree branch that almost fell on him, and you can see that it's clearly been sawed through.
Someone's trying to kill him.
Yeah.
But then also they have a conversation.
Right, that's
by default, that she's the only character that they've established.
Right, and in that conversation, she's like, take a look at this. This is the beauty. The beauty of England is what is, and the old way of life of landowners protecting the land and the people. That's the way it should be, and that's the way it needs to stay. So it's like, oh, you're the bad guy.
Yeah,
you're the bad. You're trying to kill your grandson.
Yeah,
and she straight up blasts him in the chest with a shotgun.
She sure does, and I really wanted him to die because I was like, oh yeah, dark origin story.
Yeah,
she she just beats the old lady to death with the shotgun barrel, and then she's just covered in her blood and leaves and goes on the run.
Yep. Pulls a mace off of one of those armors, suit of armors, just bashes her face in with it.
Yeah, that lady was ice cold.
Yeah, she was stone cold, man.
Yeah.
She shot her grandson in the chest.
Yeah. He was slipped knight's armor under. Yeah. So he survived.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's all fine. Yeah, they could have given us a real young Sherlock Holmes twist and have him die, but then...
Does he die in that?
No,
Who dies in that?
The girlfriend dies in young Sherlock Holmes.
God, that movie is fucked.
It is. That movie is dark as shit.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you expect, except for a man getting his head smashed open by Enola Holmes. That I did not expect.
Shocking.
Yeah, I very much didn't expect that.
Yeah.
Everything else is what you'd expect. She runs into the boy on the train. The bowler hat guy is trying to murder him on the train. I love movies where people can just murder people on a train out in the open.
Listen, man, it's England in the 1880s. Like if the police didn't find you standing right next to the dead body, they were never going to solve that crime.
That's true. But there's plenty of witnesses on that train. Yeah. I don't know. It seems sloppy, but whatever. He doesn't care. He's going to smash the guy on the tunnel. And I think his own arm. He's probably going to take his own arm with the kid.
Listen, he's probably getting paid a lot of money.
Yeah. It was brutal. And Enola Holmes like wails on the guy and saves the kid, and they jump off the train. Kind of like The Fugitive.
It's a little like The Fugitive.
Yeah. And they go on an adventure in the woods, and he cooks mushrooms, and she's into it.
Yeah, they get real high.
They get super high.
They lie on their backs and look up at the dazzling white lights in the sky.
She cuts his hair.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah. It is very Burning Man, that moment.
Yeah.
And then she's like, all right, fuck off. And then he fucks off. He
fucks off to sell flowers in London, which was interesting. That was his plan. That was his big goal. Was I'm going to run away from.
What an asshole!
Yeah. What a piece of shit!
What a complete asshole!
What a dipshit! And he's just like, his reason for running away is a little strange because he's not yet aware that somebody is trying to kill him.
You're right. Why did he run away?
He was just like worried, like he was about to get sworn into the House of Lords for this extremely important vote that he is aware of. He is aware of the vote and its importance.
Yeah.
But his uncle and the rest of his family kind of want him to go off to war like his uncle did. And he's like, I don't really want to do either thing. So I ran away. But then it's like, and then later on, he's talking about reform and having all these ideas for reform. And it's like, then fucking go back and get sworn into the House of Lords, you asshole.
Why did you
run away from that?
Yeah.
Like he doesn't know somebody's trying to kill him at this point.
Yeah. He's a real fucking tool. At the end, they kind of do a till we meet again thing. And I was like, yeah, Enola, you're going to find someone better than that guy. Like don't worry, that guy's a weirdo. Fuck that guy.
I mean, yeah, they're kind of the same person.
He's a little wiener. Yeah, but he's like a little wiener.
Yeah, he's a little wienery.
I don't know. That was dumb. That was dumb. He ran away to go sell flowers in London.
Mm-hmm. He sure did.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Grow up.
Little shit.
Grow up.
I mean, it is sort of the point of him is that he's helpless and she has to help him.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
And so, and so again, this is weird though because she loses him in London, and then she starts pursuing her mom again.
Yeah.
And then they have this turn where she decides to.
Well, it's after she finds her mom's bomb factory.
Yes.
And then
she's like, I guess I'll go help that guy.
Well, it's because Burn Gorman shows up and almost kills her.
And she blows up the building.
She sure does.
Yeah.
But she's like, okay, this guy is still actively trying to murder Lord Fauntleroy. Yeah. I should probably go help him.
Well, she must have known that already, but yeah.
Right. Like that guy tried to throw him off the train.
Yeah, he's not going to give up after that.
Probably not, no.
He knows where that train's heading.
Yeah.
They should have done the Sherlock Holmes explosion from the Robert Downey Jr. one.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It's basically the same thing. It's like this rundown area by the docks kind of look, and she blows it the fuck up.
Well, it's
one of several crimes she commits.
Yeah. This is prior to stealing the automobile.
Yeah. Yeah, she gets caught briefly, goes to... That was when it felt like the movie was dragging its ass a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, this movie is over 2 hours long, and it was like, I don't know if you needed to do that.
Yeah, they could have cut the boarding school shit.
Yeah, she gets caught in, like, the third act, the moment before the climax, has to go to this boarding school, and we have, like, a small montage of her, like, learning to be a lady...
Yeah.
And then she escapes. And there's no point in it. Like, she gets to talk to Sherlock briefly, and that's it.
Yeah.
It helps her character, but you could have done it a different way. Like, the boarding school shit did not matter. They get the car, and then they ditch it.
I think...
you could literally cut it all out. I bet you could...
Yeah, you for sure could cut it. But I think the argument could be made that, like... It was sort of an abstract idea before, but like when she gets caught and there's that really just cruel scene in the car where Mycroft is just being terrible to her and she cries.
Oh yeah.
And then showing us what a prison it is for her, I think helped the character a bit. It helped us see the character as like, oh, this truly is like the death of her spirit to have to do this. It's not just like, I don't want to go to this school. It's like, no, this is antithetical to who she is as a person.
Yeah, you're right. And I didn't hate the scenes.
No. But yeah, if you were going to cut something, that would be the thing to cut.
The movie feels a tad long.
It does feel a little too long, yeah.
I did it. I enjoyed it, all of it. So I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe make it another hour long.
Yeah, fuck it. Make it a limited series. I don't give a shit. Give me 10 episodes of this.
Yeah, do a whole episode where it's just in that guy's brain as he's slowly dying after his skull is cracked open. Like a real surreal episode where he thinks he won and he settles down and he gets like a better career. And then like he keeps seeing Enola's face like in the mirror when he looks at himself. Right? And then like he doesn't know why. And he realizes it's actually the last thing he sees before he dies. And then he slowly dies. And he goes straight to hell.
Yeah.
And that's the first 15 minutes of the episode.
Yep.
And then we go into hell.
Yeah. And then we spend the rest of that episode in hell.
Yeah, and then he I don't know what. He meets death, he plays Battleship, comes back, defeats
wins
her,
Battle
wins
of the Bands.
Wins Battle of the Bands, yeah. See, we got ourselves an episode, I think. I don't know. We're brainstorming. We're brainstorming. It's fine.
Yeah, we're just kicking ideas around.
Yeah, I don't know. It's I want more of these. I'm a little conflicted about certain aspects of it. Like Helena Bonham Carter, again, not a great character.
No, kind of a monster.
Yeah, kind of a shitty character.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing is that's okay. It's weird that she's so forgiving of her. I guess it's because it's her mom, but
yeah,
it felt like the movie didn't want us to think Helena Bonham Carter was a bad person.
Right, so they really gloss over the bombs.
Yeah, I'm not bad about the bombs. That's just some light terrorism. I'm more just like the way she treated her daughter is really fucked up. And I guess the bombs.
Yeah.
I guess. But like whatever, sometimes you got to bomb people to get
sometimes
votes.
you got to blow people the fuck up. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Carter,
sometimes you got to like revolutionize this shit. Sometimes you got to burn this motherfucker down.
You got a fight club. Helena Bonham Carter, she knows all about them fight clubbing. She's fight clubbed. What else happened in this fucking movie?
I mean, we've covered pretty much all of it.
Jesus Christ.
She rides a bike.
She rides a bike. Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. One thing I cannot stand. I cannot stand. And in most movies, like the moment they look at me. The moment they look at me and they start talking to me, and I'm like, oh, fuck. They're looking right at me and they're talking to me. And they're making jokes and they're telling me everything they feel. This worked. I thought this worked.
There was fun games that they do with it.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse. They didn't use it as much for exposition as I thought they would.
No, it's done mostly for comedy.
Mostly, yeah. There's a little bit like at the beginning she has to explain who she is.
Yeah, she has to tell us who she is. I think
but
that's
for
forgivable.
the most part, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It was fun. It was well done. Who played Mycroft?
Sam Claflin.
What has he been in?
The Nightingale.
Wait.
He's the bad guy in The Nightingale.
Wait, where? Okay, hold on. What else has he been in?
Hunger Games.
He's the Hunger Games?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is he the... Wait, hold on.
He's their champion that you think is going to be an asshole. But
he's the D-bag. He's the one with the Poseidon spear.
Yeah.
That's like, acts like a D-bag. Holy shit, I gotta watch this movie again. He plays nothing but jerks.
Kinda, yeah.
And he plays them so well.
Yeah.
Because as Mycroft in this, he's a real shit.
He's an asshole in this, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. And then Hunger Games, he's actually that good guy,
right?
But he's still like a jerk even till the end. He gets eaten by zombies.
Oh shit!
Spoilers.
That is not something I expected to happen in the Hunger Games.
He gets eaten by sewer zombies, and then she has to blow him up. She mercy kills him by dropping a device that blows him. I believe that's him.
Sometimes you got to blow people. I don't know.
Yeah, the last Hunger Games goes some weird places, but yeah, he gets zombie killed. Man, and him and the Nightingale. Wow, what a career.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think they did Mycroft dirty.
Yeah.
I think Mycroft, I don't know. It's fine. Mycroft has been a changed character for a while now.
Yeah, there's a lot of different. Yeah,
Mycroft was more like he's chill. He's just a chill guy, who's very smart. And now they've made him more and more of like kind of a tight ass. They did the same in the Sherlock TV show. I think the Guy Ritchie movies, they made him kind of
in the Guy Ritchie movie,
lazy.
In the Guy Ritchie movie, he's more like the books. He's Stephen Fry in the Guy Ritchie movie, which is like perfect.
Mycroft is, in the books, he's more likely to be the one who would be like, cool, Enola, do whatever you want. Like,
yeah, he doesn't care.
Yeah, but like there's this, I don't know, the character has changed weirdly.
Yeah.
Throughout,
and it's fine. It's this story's version
of Sherlock Holmes.
Of Mycroft. Yeah.
It's weird when they introduced, because the TV show Sherlock had a sister as well.
Oh.
And they made her a lunatic. They the idea with the sister was she was like a hidden secret of the family. It's bad. It's post Jump the Shark for that show.
Mm-hmm.
But like the last episode is about Sherlock Holmes getting trapped in a like a funhouse puzzle maze by his sister, who's forcing people to like kill themselves and like kill their friends and stuff. And she's an absolute maniac. It is a shocking departure for that series. It's that moment again. It's the last episode of the whole series, and you're like, this is clearly gone out of control.
Yeah, you guys don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, but it was fun. It's weird. People seem to like the idea of Sherlock Holmes having a sister.
Yeah.
And wanting to put it in stuff. So I don't know.
I think we just like imagining, like doing like fanfic and like blowing out the world of Sherlock Holmes.
Also, we like the fact that we can make Sherlock Holmes stuff without paying.
Yeah, we really like the fact that Sherlock Holmes is in the public domain.
Yeah, we're a big fan of that. There's not many things like, and that is actually something, because look at like Peter Pan or Robin Hood.
Mm-hmm.
We don't like those. Like whenever the public is like, yeah, another Robin Hood, but it's this, another Peter Pan, but it's this, we're like, couldn't care less. Like that's essentially what this is doing, right? This is taking a public domain story and being like, here's the story you didn't hear. And like, I don't know why, but I'm not annoyed with that.
No, in this
case.
Yeah, who cares? It's fine. Like you still have the old stories, and then this is just its own thing.
But I guess what I'm saying is there a reason that works for Sherlock Holmes and not for like Peter Pan or Robin Hood?
I don't know. That's a good question. Because there's no reason, right? Like you should be able to do, particularly Robin Hood. Like I can sort of see why Peter Pan is kind of, because it's so.
I have a theory.
Much a children's story that it's like, well, it still kind of just has to be a kid's story. So there's not like who's a huge Peter Pan fan, right? But like Robin Hood has like intrigue and adventure and shit that you can get into. So it is weird that like we can't figure this out. Yeah. Sorry, what's your theory?
No, I have a theory, and I feel like they could do. You were getting to it with Robin Hood. Is that of the three, Sherlock Holmes is the one where the trademark, the thing you think of, is the qualities of the character, as opposed to, oh, that's the person who holds the sword or has the bow and arrow or dresses like this. Like, I couldn't tell you much about Peter Pan. He's not an interesting character.
He's a little fucker.
Yeah. Robin Hood is not a really interesting character. He could be, but they just make him boring.
He's kind of a blank slate as a character. You can put sort of whatever you want to into that. It's just a really, cliche hero guy. It's like, okay, sure. He can kind of be whatever you want him to be.
Yeah, Sherlock Holmes is known for looking a certain way, but it clearly doesn't matter how he looks, we've learned, or even what era he exists in, or even if it's like his siblings, because it's just such a specific, iconic idea, which is smart asshole.
Yeah.
We made the show House based on that too.
Yeah.
Like it I think that's what makes it work, is that it comes from inside out as opposed to and there's also so many stories for Sherlock Holmes. Like Peter Pan, there's only really the one story.
Yeah.
There's only really the one story for Robin Hood.
I think mysteries too tend to scratch a more specific itch, so that it's like, well, there's a million things that look like Robin Hood, but like Sherlock Holmes, that's a very specific thing.
Yeah.
We like to watch this weird goblin solve mysteries because it's fun.
Yeah. I like that they're making Enola like a code breaker. Mm-hmm. Even though the codes in this weren't like... they didn't seem... I don't know. They didn't seem that advanced, but it's for kids, so...
Right. Well, they were all from a specific cipher.
Right.
That the flower language.
Right.
Wheel that her mom left her.
But I really like that they gave her a specific
Right, yeah, they gave
skill.
her specific thing. Yeah, I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
And like she and Sherlock solve the mystery in very different ways.
Yes, and she solves it before him.
Yeah.
Yeah. By killing a man.
Does
he know? Does he know she killed a man?
I don't know.
I would be very concerned.
Yeah.
If my teenage sister killed a man.
Yeah.
I'd want to check in with her. I'd want to know she's okay. She really doesn't care.
Yeah, she's totally fine.
She cracks his head open. Wide
She really
open.
does. She just fucking explodes his brain on a statue in Lord Fauntleroy's manner.
It looks like a butt plug. It's really weird.
It's a pine cone.
Oh, because she likes pine cones. Mm-hmm. That's fucking weird.
It is weird,
Wait,
yeah.
Yeah, because the pine cone is a representative of her innocence.
Yes.
The idea is that Sherlock reminds, oh, Jesus, that's a dark statement.
It is.
Because Sherlock talks about how she used to drag around a pine cone when she was little and pretend it's a dog. Mm-hmm. And they have the little pine cone for her. And then, holy shit, she kills a man. Mm-hmm. And he cracks his head open on a pine cone.
Yep.
And he fucking dies.
Mm-hmm. This is all
she's
accurate.
Killing him. He bleeds all over her innocence, the symbol of her childhood, and it's nothing will be the same again. That's fucked up.
Yeah, it really is.
What is the movie trying to tell us? Like,
I don't know.
And so begins a long history of her killing people. Like, how many more bodies will there be after this?
Well, they announced this month that they're planning on making a sequel, so stacks, I assume.
Yeah, until we find out she's Jack the Ripper.
Right. Yeah, in another 10 years.
Yeah,
because you see the date on one of the newspapers. It's in 1886, I think, or 84. It's around there.
She just slowly she realizes it's not solving mysteries that she likes. It's watching people's eyes as the life leaves them. And so it becomes escalation.
It's a high. She's chasing that dragon. From now
like at
on.
first she keeps trying to solve mysteries and like forcing the answer to be she has to murder a person. Mm-hmm. And then slowly she realizes like, no, I can just seek out people and murder them in alleyways. Yeah, that's the clear path of Enola Holmes.
That's where the series is going. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. I mean, I'm glad they are making a sequel. I hope they make 3 more of these.
I really like this movie.
Yeah, it was fun.
Like I'm a fan of the Sherlock Holmes stuff in general, and what I've learned about myself is like, yeah, just give me anything.
Yeah.
And this is one of the better adaptations out there.
Yeah.
Like, I think I kind of enjoy this more than, like, I don't know, the second Guy Ritchie one.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Some episodes of Sherlock.
And there's aspects of this movie that I like better than the first Guy Ritchie Sherlock, because the thing that bugs me about Guy Ritchie Sherlock Holmes is you can't solve the mystery. It's like it's impossible for us to solve it as the audience.
It's not a mystery. It's not much of a mystery, and also he doesn't really like. He doesn't need his power of deduction doesn't really matter in that movie.
No, not at all.
Like, he uses it to tell the villain that he's a fraud, but he's already caught the villain.
Yes.
So it's like it doesn't really matter. That as a Sherlock Holmes those are fun movies, but as an adaptation, they're pretty lame.
Yeah, they suck as mysteries. Yeah, particularly that second one, man. That movie sucks.
Yeah, not that this was a good mystery either.
No, but I appreciated that it was at least a mystery.
Yeah, it
was. I mean, it was very easy to figure out, but it's for teenagers, so.
They need to do what they did with Death on the Nile and Murder in the Orient Express. Like, Enola Holmes needs to continue on, right? That's a great thing.
Yeah.
But if we're gonna go back and do a Sherlock Holmes, we should make it, or like Knives Out, like it should just be a mystery. Every movie should be an episode.
Yes.
And it's like, we're in a house, there's been a murder. Or you know what? Just use the books. Just do what's in the books. And
sure,
make those into movies.
Mm-hmm.
You have so much source material. It's weird that they haven't just like, okay, what's the first story? All right, let's make that a movie. What's the second story? You know what I mean? Like, it's weird that they try to shove everything in there, and like make a warped, weird adaptation. Just do the stories, but like make them good, like modern.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me that Death on the Nile is coming out. That's exciting.
Yeah, that is exciting.
Oh man. Yeah, that's all I got.
That's it.
That's it.
Hey, thanks, folks. Thanks for listening to us talk about Enola Holmes. If you want, you can check out our Patreon at patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. We have exclusive podcasts there, like Tom and Jeff Watch Batman and Fox Mulder is a Maniac. Check it out today.
We also have a store, tpublic.com/store/gamefullyunemployed. We got t-shirts, masks, mugs, posters, all kinds of shit. Check it out, or don't. I don't know. Do like a cipher to go solve a mystery.
Yeah, we should leave. Yeah. We should do a treasure hunt.
We should do a treasure hunt.
Yeah.
And the reward is you get to go ride a bicycle in the 19th century.
Yeah, and then kill a man. I can't believe she killed somebody. That's fucking wild.
It's so abrupt too. It's like a gag.
Yeah. She didn't have a choice. She didn't have a choice. But like, I mean, the writers could have done a different thing. The writers killed that man. The writers made her kill that man.
Yes.
And she'll never be the same.